This video is a continuation of my AI use cases for Yellow Book CPE. You can find a direct link below. This is primarily for Yellow Book audit shops practicing under GAGAS, but there will be some Red Book application. You can start with a link to this resource below as far as 12 AI use cases for internal audit from KPMG.
All right, let's just dive right into this explainer and chart a really clear roadmap, taking us from basic AI experimentation all the way to fully autonomous ecosystems. Whether you're just starting to tinker around with prompts or you're looking to completely overhaul your organization's operational model, we're going to unpack exactly how you mature your AI capabilities. We've got a very logical 6-step journey today. The AI business mandate, foundations of trustworthy AI, pro-level prompt engineering, out-of-the-box quick wins, the agentic AI revolution, and finally, how to jumpstart your AI journey. Okay, starting off with Section 1, the AI business mandate. You know, the old mindset was basically just this fear that AI was coming to take our jobs. But the reality, drawn right from our sources, is a completely new mandate. AI automates the heavy lifting, and humans validate the results. By handing over that low-value, super intense data aggregation to AI, those hours you historically spent buried in manual processes, they shift directly into strategic advisory work. You stop being a simple processor of information, and you become an indispensable strategic advisor. Moving right along to Section 2, Foundations of Trustworthy AI. Before we go completely crazy with automation, any intelligent system we build absolutely has to adhere to these 6 pillars established by Deloitte. This ensures it stays reliable and aligned with your brand. It's a comprehensive list. An AI tool must be fair and impartial to avoid bias. It needs to be robust and reliable under pressure, transparent so we can actually explain its logic, and, of course, safe, secure, and private. And finally, it must be responsible and accountable, which basically means the buck always stops with human oversight. Here's the thing. A fundamental truth about generative AI is that it operates on statistical inferences, not inherent knowledge. Large language models don't actually know facts. They just predict language based on vast amounts of training data. That is exactly why hallucinations, where the AI confidently presents totally incorrect information, are an endemic feature. Because of that, having a human in the loop isn't just some temporary crutch. It is an essential, permanent feature. Human judgment is the anchor we absolutely have to translate those statistical guesses into valid, actionable business insights. All right, Section 3, Pro-Level Prompt Engineering. Let's get a bit tactical. I highly recommend grabbing a screenshot of this prompt right here. We call it the intellectual sparring partner. Instead of letting the AI just act as a totally agreeable assistant that nods at everything you say, this prompt forces the AI to analyze your assumptions, provide counterpoints like a well-informed skeptic, and prioritize truth over mere agreement. It actually demands that the AI correct you clearly and explain why if your logic is weak. This is how you transform a basic chat tool into a really rigorous analytical engine. And here's another really fantastic hack where you basically layer perspectives. You ask the AI to first perform a deep web search and answer as a well-informed first-person researcher. Then, in the exact same prompt, you ask it to critique those findings acting as a third-person expert analyst. Finally, it merges both of those viewpoints into one highly rigorous conclusion. It's just a brilliant way to force the model to stress test its own findings before it ever delivers them to you. Section 4, Out-of-the-Box Quick Wins. With those pro-level prompts in our back pocket, as you can see here, tasks like drafting process narratives or completing quality assurance reviews are perfect, immediate quick wins where AI can instantly reduce your manual effort. Historically, creating a process narrative takes massive effort, right? You're aggregating call transcripts, prior year notes, system documentation. Well, AI excels at synthesizing those disparate inputs into a cohesive first draft instantly. For work paper reviews, it can do a first-pass quality check, fix formatting, and flag missing elements. It can even use context-aware natural language processing to accurately translate highly technical business documents across different languages, completely seamlessly. Now, to take those quick wins to the absolute next level, and get this, without writing a single line of complex code, you can build knowledge repositories utilizing RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. This is an absolute game changer. Instead of asking a public model to just guess an answer based on the open internet, RAG forces the AI to base its generated answers exclusively on your organization's verified uploaded data. We're talking your internal methodologies, your frameworks, your secure documentation. It gives you all the conversational power of AI, but it is entirely grounded in your own corporate truth. Which brings us to the most forward-thinking stop on our journey. Section 5, the agentic AI revolution. So, what happens when AI stops just answering our questions and actually starts taking autonomous action? It's a pretty thrilling question, right? And it introduces us to the frontier of supply chain optimization, internal audit automation, and massive retail disruption. This is what we call agentic AI. Unlike standard generative AI, where you literally have to prompt every single step of a process, agentic AI acts autonomously across multiple systems based on predefined parameters you set. You give the system a goal, and these intelligent agents just continuously monitor data streams, make real-time decisions, and execute complex workflows entirely on your behalf. Just imagine an AI autonomously orchestrating huge amounts of global data and real-world consumer experiences at the exact same time. Retailers are actively using these interconnected AI agents to dynamically coordinate their pricing and inventory. One agent senses a localized weather event or a viral social media trend, another agent checks the supply chain inventory, and the third agent dynamically adjusts the store pricing and promotional offers in real time to optimize revenue. All of that without a human ever needing to click a button. Honestly, the use cases for this are staggering. These interconnected agents can do everything from autonomously adjudicating auto warranty claims by analyzing historical data and automatically drafting justified denial letters to running next-generation store operations. Think about a retail store where an AI agent monitors real-time foot traffic via cameras and dynamically reassigns an employee from restocking shelves over to opening a checkout lane just because a rush is happening. They are even using agents to orchestrate completely new product designs by continuously sensing market trends, evaluating supply chain constraints, and rapidly generating digital prototypes. Okay, our final section, number 6, jumpstart your AI journey. I know, seeing these complex autonomous systems might feel a little overwhelming, but Audit Board actually lays out this highly practical, concise 6-step framework to jumpstart your journey today. Step 1 is simply understanding your organization's risk appetite and policies. Step 2 is leadership setting the tone that AI is a safe, encouraged tool. Step 3 is developing a strategy based on actual business outcomes, not just chasing shiny technology. Step 4 is enabling your teams with secure, enterprise-grade tools. Step 5 is super critical. Publish a shared prompt library so the whole team benefits from what works. And finally, Step 6 is pushing past those basic out-of-the-box limits to build custom solutions like the RAG repositories we talked about earlier. The truth is, you just cannot afford to ignore this shift. Because as this quote from Melissa Pavici rightly points out, your employees are already utilizing these tools in some shape or form anyway, with or without your official guidance. Pretending it isn't happening, that only increases your organizational risk. You really have to acknowledge it, embrace it securely, and actively figure out how to get your arms around it. By establishing that centralized prompt library, learning how to safely manage your data, and just experimenting with those out-of-the-box quick wins we discussed, you are laying essential groundwork. You aren't just saving a few minutes on a process narrative, you're building the digital muscle memory required to eventually deploy those advanced, multi-agent autonomous systems that will fundamentally redefine the entire horizon of your industry. Which leaves us with one final, critical thought to consider as you close this explainer and reevaluate your own daily workflows. Look at the tasks sitting on your desk right now. Will you choose to remain bogged down in the manual execution of repetitive tasks? Will you take the first steps on this maturity journey to harness agentic AI, elevating yourself into a true, indispensable strategic architect for your business? The tools are ready. The choice is yours. Okay, let's just look at the sheer momentum right out of the gate. We've got 39% of internal audit teams currently using AI, and another 41% planning to jump on board within a year. Put that together, and you're looking at a massive 80% adoption rate right on the horizon. We are officially moving from novelty to absolute necessity. You definitely do not want to be left behind on this one. Before we go any further, we really have to address the elephant in the room. It causes so much anxiety and fear of obsolescence. Will AI replace internal auditors? Honestly, it's the number one thing people ask when we start talking about digital colleagues. Well, the answer is pretty simple. AI automates, humans validate. The human-in-the-loop concept is absolutely essential here. AI takes on that high-intensity, low-value work, the grueling data extraction and formatting, so you can actually focus your time on providing the strategic insight and context that only a human can deliver. This represents a massive shift in our day-to-day work. Traditional audit means point-in-time testing, backward-looking reviews, and fragmented documentation. It's basically spreadsheet purgatory. But AI-powered audit? That means continuous sensing, forward-looking insights, and interconnected data. It is literally the contrast between the spreadsheet overload of our past and the context-rich, proactive assurance of our future. At this stage, you've got to know about RAG, which stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. This is AI that combines retrieval and generation capabilities to answer prompts using only your specific uploaded organizational documentation. This is huge because it ensures your AI isn't just hallucinating or guessing based on the public internet. Instead, it synthesizes answers directly from your own secure frameworks, past audit reports, and internal regulations. And having that secure base allows you to do some truly incredible things. You can transform your prompt library into a custom application with preset prompts. You can even build intelligent staffing tools that match auditor skills to project needs using machine learning. By embedding these capabilities directly into your systems, you shift from simple execution to real analytical leverage. It creates an incredibly reliable foundation for reaching the highest levels of maturity. So what exactly is agentic AI? Well, it refers to autonomous systems that can independently execute multi-step workflows, make decisions within set guardrails, and coordinate across multiple platforms. So unlike standard AI that literally needs a human prompt for every single step, agentic AI acts as a true digital colleague, taking independent action to actually reach a goal. Which brings us to the advanced use cases on our roadmap. Think continuous risk monitoring and anomaly detection, real-time dynamic scoping and planning, the autonomous execution of around 70% of standard control testing, and seamless cross-platform orchestration. Just imagine having agents actively scanning IT logs, prioritizing emerging risks, and pulling all the evidence for automated tests, all without you lifting a single finger. Crazy, right? Now, all of this powerful automation leads directly to Section 5, the new hybrid workforce. We are redesigning audit teams for speed and depth. Because let's face it, when you bring in digital teammates, the entire structure of your human team has to adapt. In this new model, the AI handles the audit machine, while humans focus on contextual knowledge, judgment, and stakeholder engagement. With digital assistants knocking out all the repeatable work, early career auditors are going to spend way less time on checklists and sampling, and far more time interpreting signals and solving really complex business problems along senior leadership. Okay, so how do we actually get there? That's Section 6, Jumpstarting Your AI Journey. We're turning the roadmap into reality. Now that we've seen the future of the profession, how do you take those very first steps without feeling completely overwhelmed? To jumpstart this, you've got 6 clear steps. First, understand your organization's risk appetite. Second, set the tone from the top that AI empowers rather than replaces. Third, develop a strategy focused entirely on business outcomes. Fourth, enable your teams securely. Fifth, publish those prompt libraries we talked about. And finally, constantly push past out-of-the-box solutions as you mature. Following these methodical steps ensures AI becomes just a natural, built-in part of your daily rhythm. I want to leave you with one final, really important question. If AI can connect the dots faster than ever, how will you use your extra time to change the picture?
All those documents that you find in my Google Gemini notebook, those are public-facing documents, so no sensitive information, no proprietary information. They are all widely and readily available on the internet. So you definitely want to train all of your audit staff, especially your newer staff, about what is or what is not allowable for upload into these artificial intelligence tools, because once they do become public-facing documents, meaning that ChatGPT, OpenAI in that case, or Google can begin training on this information, or it will be stored on their servers, likely permanently. And so that might be difficult to remove, might be introducing some risk from your audit shop. So again, training your auditors on what is or is not, or do you have a black or white label ban across the board on the use of artificial intelligence in your shop?